Hey, what's going on? So, I made a video and some people hit me up on it. And it was about PlayStation and their false advertising of the free games because their free games only advertise two, and there's more than that. And the reason I say it's false advertisement is because they don't advertise the cross-platform games, meaning PlayStation Vita or PlayStation 3 on the PS4, when in reality they should because those games still work on the PS4. There's no reason not to advertise those games on the PS4 because they do technically work on the PS4. There's absolutely no reason why PlayStation can't advertise those games under the free games on the PlayStation Network other than the fact they just don't want to. That's 100% false advertisement. They in fact should advertise those games and have under there, hey, it's also available on the Vita. And it's also available on the PS3. So the fact they don't do that on the PS4 has gotten a few people a little concerned, a little riled up, I guess. Um, so much as such to have some really crazy comments. Somebody started off by saying, well, Xbox has 720p and, they're doing like 900, 900 whatever, and what, like 630 frames per second, while PlayStation does 1080p and 60 frames per second. And I'm like, but that's not an excuse as to why Sony is not advertising their cross-platform games when Xbox is the weaker console, but they advertise cross-platform free games and their cross-platform games are backwards compatible. Um, that's still a big win in Xbox book right there because PlayStation isn't advertising their cross-platform and backwards compatible games, which obviously they have a few if you can download the PS3 free games on the PS4, and they're not advertising them. I'm just throwing that out there. Um, Maybe PlayStation, you might want to start advertising those and writing on their PS3 underneath those titles and PS Vita underneath those titles as well. Because if they're able to be played on the PS4, you need to advertise them on the PS4 because you have 50 million people who own a PS4. Why would you not want to advertise every game that's free on the PS4 that can play on the PS4? Why would you not want to have all those 50 million people have all the games that are free and playable on the PS4? Why? That doesn't make any sense to me. As just thinking from a business aspect, it makes more sense to advertise the most free games that are playable on the PS4, even if they're cross-platform, to be advertised on the PS4 as long as they're playable on the PS4. Now, I do know that some games are not playable on the PS4. I'm not worried about those. I'm worried about the ones that are playable on the PS4. If they're able to be played on the PS4, shouldn't you be advertising them on the PS4? That would make the most sense. Because then they can be like, oh, it's also available to be played on a Vita and a PS3. Maybe I should run out and grab one of those because now you're advertising your other products as well through doing that. But because you're not advertising your cross-platform products, people don't see a need to run out and buy those. That's what I mean by a business aspect there. It's just my way of thinking. Now, it also hurts you from a standpoint as your advertisements because you only do advertise two games in your commercial videos that you show every month. And on your Twitter feed, you only do show two games. When it says free games for whatever month, you only do advertise two in that photo. And that is an advertisement, and that does hurt your image, as it should. Because I do see the feedback that a lot of people say on there, which is, oh, it's only two indie titles, da 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 da. And I don't have a problem with indie titles. I will eventually get around to them. But I, as a person who have invested into your product, where I have bought PlayStation Plus for a year would like to know that I'm getting all the fucking titles that I'm entitled to, being that I paid the fucking subscription fee. I don't like to feel cheated. And being that you're not informing me the way you should, I feel cheated. Just like I'm pretty sure majority of your fans would feel if they knew you were doing this. Regardless of its indie or AAA, the fact you're hiding these titles is underhanded. It's shady, shifty, and it's fucking bullshit. Because you should not be hiding. You have 50 million units in homes, and you feel the need to hide cross-platform titles off of your own products because they're cross-platform. That one, that's just bad for business, and two, that's just bad as being bad in general. Because now I gotta miss out on free games that I should have been getting. I'm probably missing upwards of close to about 50 games because I didn't know that I could have PS3 games or Vita games. I didn't know that because I don't have a PS3 and I don't have a PS Vita. A lot like a lot of people out here that don't have a Vita or a PS3 because you did have empty promises of the Vita where, you know, there were so many promises given to us and then you just dropped the ball and they just didn't keep it. So I don't know about them, especially because you don't advertise them. That's just fucking wrong. And the fact that you don't put it on your own product is even more fucked up. And as fans, you guys being fans of Sony, you should really feel cheated, especially if you buy into the PlayStation Network. You bought a $60 card, right? You should really feel cheated because how many games are you missing? This December had 5 games. Next month will be 4. That's 9 games. 9 games. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you think back, you have no idea how many games you actually are missing. See what I'm saying? That should resonate up here. You have no idea because, again, their advertisements, when you go look back, are only going to show 2. When in reality, there's more. Because the PS3 games sometimes work on the PS4. It'll be PS3, PS4, PS3, PS4, PS Vita, PS4. It'll tell you that. And then you're like, wait a minute, what the fuck? Why was this not advertised on my PS4? If it works on the PS4, it should be advertised, and that's absolutely right. And it doesn't matter that it's indie titles. That is not an actual argument point. That doesn't make the argument go in your favor or in Sony's favor as a defense. That makes it worse. There's no way you can argue this by making Sony look like the good guy here. Because they're just taking money out of your pocket. They're taking money out of my pocket as they increase their price for Sony Online. Just this past year, they increased the price. And by doing so, they have created more problems than solutions. Okay? And again, we're talking about the same company that used to be online for free, and now we had to start paying, and it was 50. Now it's 60. And they're hiding stuff from us instead of being upfront about everything. This should really be worrying you. Instead of coming at me with a whole bunch of nonsense, maybe, just maybe, go to the company that you so much want to be doing right. Maybe go to Sony and be like, hey, this guy actually's got a point. Maybe go to Sony and be like, hey, Sony, can you not hide these fucking things from us? Can you advertise these fucking games on your PS4? It is your fucking system, and they are your fucking games. Can you advertise them on your fucking PS4? You do have 50 million of those on the fucking, in homes across America and the world. Can you advertise them like you do? I mean, Christ's sakes, you feel the need to advertise too. Can you advertise the other fucking 2 or 4 or however many that are going to be out there? Can you advertise those as well? Because it's not only good for us to know that they're available, but it might also boost sales for the Vita, or for someone to go out and buy a PS3. It might help that as well. So instead of bitching at me because I'm telling you they're hiding shit, maybe holler at them because they're doing that, and quit trying to make excuses for them doing stupid shit like that, because I'm not making excuses for them. There's no excuse for that. Doesn't matter if it's an indie title, doesn't matter if it's a fucking AAA title. The fact is, if they do it with a $20 title, they'll do it with a $50 title. And if you give them an inch, they'll take a fucking mile. Doesn't matter. And Sony has proven, they have proven that they will do it because they've done it before, and they will do it again. And miss me with the whole thing of it's a new year. Okay. What exactly has Sony fixed with their online servers? What have they fixed with it since we've started paying? What exactly have they improved? They haven't improved anything. In fact, there's been more problems now that we've started paying. Their servers still get hacked. They've encouraged people to use their real names, and there's been problems with that. So miss me with bullshit that you're going to make up to try to defend them, and actually talk to them on the dumbest shit that they've done. And all that was 2016. We're going into 2017 now, and 2017 they look to be doing the exact same shit, which is they're going to hide 2 of the 4 games that are going to be free on the PS4. So again, talk to them. Don't talk to me about it. Talk to them. I got nothing to do with it. I'm just telling you what it is. Talk to them, because obviously you love them so much that you're willing to make up the dumbest shit I've ever heard to defend them. So talk to them, because I want them to be good. I really do. But if they're going to continue to be this dumb, there's going to be a point where it snaps in your head and you're like, I just can't defend stupidity anymore. And don't say it's not true, because it damn sure is true. There's a moment where even the most stupidest person's just like, I can't defend this anymore. I'm done. You see what I'm saying? And I am not defined by a piece of fucking plastic. And I don't know why you feel the need to be defined by a piece of fucking plastic. Deuces.